3-year-old cake decorator, but it's actually my 5 to like a.m. after my 7 to 4 p.m. job. Today's menu, we had 30 mini cupcakes, 2 cakes, and 2 dozen cookies to make. Off making 3 batches of American buttercream. I love to make all my buttercream before I get started on anything else, just so I never have to go back and remake it, because doing that is a hassle and a half. So I did all 3 of those batches and set up my stations as I did so. The first cake of the evening was a vanilla cake filled with American buttercream and raspberry puree. The second cake was a classic chocolate cake, also filled with that same American buttercream. Went ahead and crumb coated those and got started on all the cookies. For the cookies, we're doing 3 different batches of 3 different flavors. We've got a double chocolate cookie, a sugar sprinkle cookie, and a ginger crinkle cookie. Doing all of those back to back, as one was in the oven, I was making the dough of the other one, etc., etc. Tip: if you want your cookies to look good, circle them around when they come out of the oven. No one will ever know. Put those on a cooling rack and got started on the 30 mini cupcakes. Decoration for these was super simple, just the vanilla buttercream with peppermint flakes and then some rosettes dyed in maroon and green. And then back to the cakes we go. We did our final coat on the first cake and a final coat on the second cake, and then began decorating it in a vintage style. I did my favorite classic shell border on the bottom, used the leaf tip for the middle, and got started on the top. We're accidentally to use too big of a tip for the first try, didn't like the second try, and nailed it on the third try. Or so I thought, because then I went in with an exclamation point and hated that. So 4th try it is, scraped the top off and redid that. It's these things that I block out of my memory when I'm decorating cakes, because I went back to edit this and I was like, oh, I did that 4 times and I completely forgot. Finished off with bows, put her away, worked on the second cake. This is my Christmas wreath cake. So I went in with the small shell tip at the bottom, I like medium shell actually, and a bigger shell at the top. And then I added some sprinkles on top. Carefully placed some of the big ones because they're really hard to do with a spoon on the parchment paper. And if you haven't noticed it yet, please look at my pregnant piping bag. I was dying at that. I was crossing my fingers as I kept going. I was really hoping it wouldn't pop, and it didn't, because look how beautiful they turned out. And by 11:22, almost 6 hours, finished it all. But no, we did not, because now we have to package. I believe packaging is just as important. So I packaged both of those cakes with just my sage ribbon, and then I added a little red ribbon to the cookies. Look how cute. Cleaned that station up really quick to package up my cupcakes. Did that with a white ribbon, but I kind of hated it, so I took it off. And look, our cupcakes are done.